Okay, ladies. Hey, how y'all doing? So please ignore like the bags under my eyes and the roughness of the video. I'm just trying to do this real quick. I not too long ago woke up, but I just wanted to first introduce myself. Some people know me as Brandy, but Monet and Monet Reloaded, that's pretty much me. I wanted to kind of give you guys I just kind of a summary of who I am so that you don't know who you're dealing with, and that I'm a real woman with real issues, and that you're not alone in nothing that you could go through or that you've been through or that life is going to bring to you. This will be one of the first times I'm able to deliver something and not cry. And I don't know if I'm going to cry, but I'm claiming that I'm not going to cry. So I'm going to share with you my testimony because I feel like if you know who I am, and if you have time, you should go back through my page, like my Instagram page, because I have been very vocal from beginning to end. I even recorded as my mother was dying. So yeah, I'm very vocal. I'm very transparent because I realize that transparency is the platform for true transformation through God. So that's kind of the person that I am. So a lot I keep very private, but for the most part, the things that I feel like God placed me here to do and to help others is why I'm vocal about a lot of things. So I'll try not to ramble, but I'll try to give you a brief synopsis of the last maybe 4 or 5 years or what have you. Okay, so I'm currently 34 years old. We're going to go back to where it kind of first started for me. So I was molested as a child. And the person who molested me, very close to my family, made a comment one day that the person he was with, that's in my family, was gaining weight and getting fat, and he didn't want to be with her no more. He kind of was making a comment to one of his friends. So I thought to myself, if I gain weight, then maybe he'll stop bothering me and stop molesting me or whatever. And that's not what happened. It went on from the first time I remember, I think I was maybe 5 or something like that. But it went on until I was maybe 13 or 14. And so in the process, I just ate. I purposely tried to gain weight. I wanted to be unappealing to all men. I hated men and I didn't want them looking at me. I didn't tell anybody. I just kept it moving. Okay, fast forward, somebody ended up bringing it out of me, and they decided to tell my mother. Me and my mother are very close. I was only child, so it was hurtful for her because I used to tell her everything. When I tell you everything, I mean stuff she probably didn't even want to know. So it was very hurtful, but I was able to finally talk to her and tell her about it, and we tried to move forward from there. We had started to go to counseling because I realized that I don't want to be fat no more, you know what I'm saying? So I started trying to work on it, and she started with me, and I was doing like these yo-yo diets, trying this, trying that, the army diet, the something diet, the egg soup diet. Whatever it was, I was going to try it. But it wasn't working out. Also, I realized that I was super busy like all the time. And hold on one second, I got a phone call. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I think it's going. I don't really remember the last thing that I said because I had a important phone call I've been waiting on. So I'm sorry. So I have a real problem with that, remembering stuff. So anyway, so I tried the yo-yo diets. I tried all this different stuff. That didn't work. What else? In any event, let's fast forward. Okay, so none of that was working. So here we go to September 2014. It was September the 10th to be exact. I had to have an emergency surgery. I was having a problem with, I know what I said. I used to be too busy, and I realized I would go all day long and then say, dang, I forgot to eat. And then I would eat. It'd be something like high in calories. I would eat real quick, lay down, and get right back up. I wasn't sleeping enough, so that made me gain weight as well. So the highest known weight that I know was like 374.8 or something like that. But I know I had topped at 400 because I lost a little weight before that. The first thing I did was stop drinking soda. So that after my yo-yo diet wasn't working, me and my mom was like, hey, let's just stop drinking soda. Let's try that. That helped a whole lot because right before that, I had just started the journey in July, I think, or August. And then September 10th, 2014, I had to have an emergency surgery. I had been like throwing up for years, okay? My mom used to think I was making myself throw up, but for some reason when I think I ate too fast, and for whatever reason, I used to throw up, and it did like some erosion to like my throat and some other areas, so I had to have an emergency surgery. During the surgery, well, after the surgery and recovery, I died, flatlined several times. They say that it was due to the fact that I was overweight and how I responded to the anesthesia and things of that nature. So this was September 10th, 2014. This is exactly 1 month and 7 days before my 30th birthday, and my mama was finna have to bury me. No. So I sat in the hospital. I cried. I was married at the time, mind you. I had just gotten married. Horrible marriage. Oh my God. But that's a whole nother thing. So he's sitting his real unsupportive self in the hospital next to me, cheating on Facebook. But that's a horse of a different color. So I told my mom, I was like, Mom, like, they was finna have to bury me because I'm fat. Like, that's stupid. I'm like, Mama, we got to get this weight loss situation together. Like, we have to do this. So for years, I had been told that I would never have children from PCOS and some other things. So I'm a PCOS sister, but not anymore because it's reversed. And so they said I would never have children. I had never given my mother grandchildren. I wanted to prove the doctors wrong. I didn't want to die from being fat. So my motivation was I want to live. God is too good to me. I'm too young for this. And I ain't even had no darn babies yet. So, and I got to get out of this crappy marriage so I can find my real husband. So I had a lot going on. So in any event, started my journey, September 2014. Then let's see, I got down to like 198. I don't have time to calculate how many pounds that was, but it was a whole lot of pounds. What I did was I turned into a gym rat and a fanatic. I was in a depressive, horrible marriage. The best thing for me to get out of the house, because he wanted me to be a housewife, the best thing for me was to work out. The best thing for me was to be in the gym 5 days out of the week, as long as I didn't have to be around him and stuck in the house or whatever else. He tried to sabotage me. He used to work for a snack company. He used to bring me snacks. He know I love chips and soda. Bring me snacks and all this stuff trying to sabotage me. And that was my motivation. Like, girl, this man really wants you to stay fat and he wants you to die. Clearly, dude, this man got an insurance policy on me or something? Who knows? But in the event, I just pushed through. I never went past 1,000 calories a day. I did treadmill. I did lots of swimming. Lots of swimming. I love the sauna. That's my favorite. I hate steam room, but I love the sauna. So the sauna was good for me. I wore like a sauna suit in the sauna while I'm on the treadmill. I was just a beast. I don't suggest that for nobody, and I lost weight way too fast, and it caused some issues because I ended up with low blood pressure and some other things. So I don't suggest doing it that way, but that's how I started. All right, so fast forward from September 2014 to August 2015. My mother went on vacation with our family to Vegas, and she died. She fell out in the at the hotel with my grandmother, who's almost 90 something. My grandmother was confused. She didn't know what was going on. My mom's head was bleeding out on the ground. We still don't know what happened. It took my grandmother a long time to call for help because she didn't really know how. They got her to a hospital. I flew out. I had no clue what was going on. She was on life support for like 14 days is the max amount you can be on there. Had a whole lot of issues. She ended up passing away while my mother was on her deathbed. And when I tell you, if y'all don't believe in nothing else, you listen to me when I tell you that God is real and he hears us. While my mother was on her deathbed, I told God, I said, listen, you know, she's my best friend. This is a legit conversation between me, God, and my mom. Because they say even when people are dead or brain dead, the hearing is the last thing to go. And I know this is true because she shedded tears, but she couldn't speak. So I said, God, I know you have a mission for me. I know that you did not allow me to go through all I've gone through for no reason. Like, you kept me here when I could have died last year. And now you about to take my best friend from me. So if you take my mother, and y'all, I'm going to cry and I'm trying not to. If you take my mother from me, you have to give me children. You have to give me a family. Because if you want me to stay in this cold world and do the mission that you've set out for me to do, you cannot leave me here by myself. And it looked like you about to take her. And I said, Mommy, if you stuck between, because I don't know how this work, heaven, hell, I don't know how that work. But I said, if you stuck, like if you somewhere in the lobby trying to fight to come back here for me, don't do it. Go where God is, because girl, it's going to be way better. But do me a favor, while you're there, pick me out some children. I don't want just one. I don't care how many, but I don't want just one. I want a family, God. Not just children, I want a family. And mind you, I was in this crappy marriage, so I didn't know how that was going to work. I didn't know what was going to happen to him. But in any event, okay, so that's, I think the end of July that happened. Then August, my mom died August the 2nd, 2015. Fast forward to September the 2nd, 2015, which is exactly 4 weeks from that day that she passed away. On the day before, I was having some weird symptoms, like my nipples were burning. Sorry, TMI, but it's the truth. So I went and told my pharmacist, because I'm a pharmacy tech. I went and told my pharmacist, like, hey, something's wrong with my breast. He was like, oh, you're probably coming on your cycle. I said, that's not a typical sign of my cycle. He said, oh, well, you're pregnant. I was like, I can't have kids. That's crazy. Plus, my mom just died, so it'd be pointless to have children now. You know, I was having kids so that she could be a grandma, and it's not going to be the same. He was like, well, just take a test just because. So the next morning, September the 2nd, 2015, I took a pregnancy test, and it was positive. I had the expensive test, so it said you're 4 weeks. So mind you, my mom had just died 4 weeks before, and I was exactly 4 weeks pregnant with my baby boy. He's awesome too, guys. So in any event, come to find out, my gestational pregnancy day is August the 1st. So August the 1st, was my gestational pregnancy day. August the 2nd, my mom died. So fast forward, I had my son. Oh, okay. So then my husband decided when I was 6 months old, when I was 6 months pregnant, that he did not want to be married anymore. He did not want the responsibility of being a husband and a father. He gave it to me in a notarized letter, and he told me to leave. My mother had just died 7 months prior to that. I had no family where we were living in Atlanta, and I was pregnant, and I was a housewife with no money, no car, no job, homeless. So I was homeless and pregnant. I went and stayed with a friend that I met at a car lot. I don't know why. She's a friend because she allowed me to move with her, but I didn't really know her. I moved in with her. I gave birth to my son May 2016. And then I moved in with this guy, rented a room from him. He was supposed to be trying to get custody of his kids, so I was going to kind of help him with that and rent a room. 1 month after having my son, he raped me. Kidnapped me into his apartment and wouldn't let me leave. And then fast forward, I got free, was homeless again, me and my kid in my car, stayed with my cousin. I decided I was going to move back to Tennessee from Atlanta because things were just too hard for me. And as much as I hate Tennessee, I needed to do something because I was afraid, and I had just went through a divorce. And then now this man has raped me, and I just got too much stuff going on. My mom's dead. I still ain't dealt with that. But I was sick and my back was hurting like crazy. So I go to the hospital, and she comes in and she says, well, we ran all the tests and everything came back good, and the baby seems to be okay, but we're going to check. I said, why are we talking about the baby? He's in the lobby. And she said, no, Miss Reynolds, you're pregnant. Girl, lies. I ain't had no sex. Then it dawned on me. I said, no, it couldn't be from that incident because that was 5 months ago, so it couldn't be that. She said, you're definitely pregnant. I said, but I haven't had sex. She said, oh, well, hi, Mary, because Jesus is in there. And I'm like, ha, 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 not funny. So she was like, well, do you want to do an ultrasound? So they do an ultrasound. They do all these tests, and there it is. I'm pregnant. So she's like, well, while we're doing the ultrasound, you want to know what you're having? Because you're 5 months. 5 months pregnant. And I got a 6-month-old. Okay, sure. What am I having? You're having a girl. Great. By a man who raped me. Oh, this is a lot to take in. I have no mother to call. I have nobody to cry to. Okay, she said, you want to know when you're due? I said, sure, why not? We're finding out everything else today. She said, you're due April the 1st. I said, oh, April Fool's Day. Interesting. It's getting more and more interesting. So, fast forward, had my daughter. So now I have 2 children. I'm divorced. My mother has passed away. I'm just now getting on my feet, getting a job. I'm fluctuating in weight. The highest weight that I got to after my daughter was like almost 250 because I was on the depot shot and I shouldn't have been on depot shot, and it made me gain like hella weight. And so that's the highest that I got. We moved to Las Vegas. Why to Vegas? My mom died there. I don't know why the hell I went there. But anyway, I went with the boyfriend I was with at the time. This was January the 1st, well, New Year's Day, 2018. Get there. I'm basically still paying for everything. I'm taking care of everything, plus my children, plus he's supposed to be helping me by watching my kids. Let's fast forward to an incident in May. My son turned 2 years old and he had these mysterious marks. He always had these mysterious marks, but I wasn't 100% sure what was going on. And by the fact that I was an abused child, I feel like I'm an overprotective mom. So I didn't know if it was something really happening or I was just paranoid. So fast forward to June of 2018. I came home to my son laying in his own vomit and beat to hell like he had been in a... Now this one might make me cry for real, y'all. I'm really trying. He had beaten my son like he had been in a Floyd Mayweather fight, my 2-year-old, almost a 40-year-old man. He had a black eye. He had strangled him so bad that his blood vessels had exploded in his eye. And my baby boy is so sweet. Please go watch videos of him. He's such a sweet boy. And that's really hard for me. But so here it is, me and my kids in a city where we don't know anyone. This man has almost murdered my son in front of my daughter. And we have nobody. I tried to stick it out, stay in Vegas. That didn't work. In the process, mind you, I had started back on my keto journey in May, I think. And in May, I was like 240. From May to October of 2018, which was right before my birthday, I got down to 174. And so me and my kids left Vegas, just up and left, with all just the money that I had in my car. Go stay with my aunt for a little while. So I had gotten approved to go ahead and have my skin removal surgery because I had gotten down to like 174. So I'm like 200 pounds exactly down. And I cannot get rid of all that fat. You saw I carried all my fat in my stomach. And so I'm like, yo, I'm going to just go ahead and apply for this financing. I don't care. I got to get this off of here. So I went to CG Cosmetics in Miami. That was October 28th, 2018, which was a couple months ago. And I went ahead and had surgery. I left my babies, which was so hard for me. And I went and had surgery. Still trying to get over what had happened to my son, the fact that now we kind of don't have nowhere to live and all that, blah, blah, blah. So then in December 2018, I moved back to Memphis. I got more serious. I tried to start a couple of keto groups and I realized people want you to do it all for them. You know, they want you to babysit, and that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to like lead you to where you need to go. Like if you look up keto, it's really complicated, but it's not. So since I've done all the work, I've tried it on myself. I went from 240 from May, and then to October, I was down to 174. So it's possible. And keto is not weight loss. It's inches burned and fat burned. You will lose so many inches. I have so many successful clients. I have some that said that they weren't satisfied, but that's because they wanted to be spoon-fed. I'm not here to do that. I'm a single mom with a lot going on. So I'm telling you guys this, and I'm sharing this with you for you to know that through molestation, depression, PCOS, death, divorce, abuse, anything, homelessness, joblessness, carlessness, money, everything. Anything you can think of, I have endured in the last 4 or 5 years. But if you go look at my Instagram, if you look at my Facebook page, I have smiled my way through because I know God has a purpose. And when He left me here to help people. So that is what I'm here to do. All of this was so you could get to know me. I know this is long. And I apologize so much for the tears. I tried. But you can do it, sis. And I am geared to helping women. I am geared to being there for people and making my purpose here on this earth worth something. And all I've been through is not for no reason. I know it's to help other people. So that's why I'm sharing me with you. On to this program. So what we want to do is we want to start on March the 18th. And we're going to end on June 17th because the first day of summer is June 21st. That's 12 weeks that we will work together. It is really self-sufficient. You're going to have to push self. But what I'm going to do and what I will offer you is a webinar that starts as soon as you pay. Then I will go ahead and put in queue the webinar. Everybody will attend the webinar because this needs to be within the next week or so, because we need to be ready to launch and start on the 18th. Actually, you'll start the day before because I need you to do a 24-hour fast. We're going to do the keto diet. I'll explain to you what keto is. I'll break it down in very good terms. I will give you access to an Instagram page that's only for paying clients. I will have a 14-day meal plan and ideas listed there. I will try to go live as much as possible to help you with videos, to show you me cooking, anything that you need as far as that's concerned. I will create a Facebook group if you would like to be in one. If you don't, that's fine, but I will offer it to you so that you have other ladies there on the same journey as you with the support. Since it is a 12-week thing, we will have a Wellness Wednesday every 2 weeks where I will either do a phone or a video conference to touch bases, to give more information, to give ideas, to kind of shake it up a little bit. I typically charge $35+ for just a 30-minute phone consultation, but I will do your phone consultation after you finish the webinar. I will also do a phone consultation with you once every month. So that's 3 different phone consultations. That's normally like $35 to $50 a piece. And then the webinar plus the Instagram and the Facebook page for support, for quick links, for pictures of like things you can eat on fast food and stuff like that, so that you don't have to go searching. You got a personal page you can go to. You can ask questions. I might not be able to get right to you, but you'll have a support of women who might remember something I've said previously and be able to help you. So you'll have the meal plan, the webinar, the one-on-one consultation. You'll have 4 of them. The first one after your webinar, then 3, 1 a month for the 12 weeks. I will readjust your macros. I usually charge for that, but I'll readjust your macros every 15 pounds that you lose. I want you to remember that this is your journey. Do not compare your journey to mine. Do not compare it to nobody else's in the group. Don't compare it to your sister. Don't compare it to your coworker. This is your own journey. Everybody will lose weight differently. Everybody will have different effects. I've had women that started the thing, and when they're serious about it, they've lost anywhere between maybe 7. I had one girl lose like 16 pounds in 1 week, in like 10 days. So it's very possible. You just have to want it more than I want it for you. You have to want it for yourself. What is it? Find out what your why is. Why are you doing this? Mine was because I wanted to live and I wanted to be a mother. What is your reason? Don't say your kids, because I used to say my kids, but they're not it. I need to live for myself. And if I'm not well and I'm not well in here, then I can't do well. Remember something, and I'm going to tell you this, I say this all the time, tears weigh more than fat. Until we fix what's going on emotionally, and you'll find out, I'll teach you that keto, diets, life, all of it is emotional. When you're emotional, most of the time you eat, and you eat wrong. I'll tell you about the chemical effects of when you're emotional, what happens to your body and what it tells your body to do. I have a whole system that I have designed for this. I typically can charge anywhere, if you take the consultations out, if you talk about the program as a whole, I can charge anywhere between $100 and $150. Right now, for this 12-week program that starts on March the 18th, it's $75. In theory, that's $25 every 4 weeks, but you have to pay it all up front, $75. But what I will take is $25 to hold your spot. And then the money has to be paid before you can attend the webinar. And I will have actual detailed dates of when money needs to be paid by. But first I need to know who's in, who's ready to move forward, and we'll go from there. I think that that's a lot of information, a lot of support, some things that I didn't have when I was doing this. I had to like start and fail and stop and start and fail and stop. And actually the yo-yoing is not good for your heart. It's not good for your body. So I'm trying to help you stay on a more steady pace. But let me let you know, I'm trying to help you live keto and live healthy as a normal person, not as a diet, but as a lifestyle. So that's what I'm here to do. I really hope this was helpful. I hope it was beneficial, and I hope you got to know the woman that I am and the woman that you're working with. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Let me know if you'd like to move forward. I'll send out more information later.